Greetings, programs. Welcome. Drax come to you from my house, as usual. Cat's kind of around, they're being annoying. So I received a package yesterday, and it was from eBay. It was one of the purchases that I made recently, so it is the red DS. That was all in parts, all in pieces. I'll see if maybe I can put a screenshot of the eBay purchase on there. Came in yesterday. I figured I would film something yesterday with it, but I wasn't feeling great. Wasn't really feeling great this morning. We're here today to take care of this. I want to show you a couple things on there. I think I figured out why it was so cheap. I mean, it wasn't like super cheap. I think I understand why they sold it. So let's take a look here real quick. All right, so it's got all the major parts for it. Like I was counting all the pieces. It's got all the screws, it's got all the stuff for the shoulder buttons, even got an extra one of these little springs included, even came with the little screwdrivers. It looks like mostly the case, the extra shell, definitely a remake one, you know, cheap Chinese one. Plastic's not as good. I mean, I can just tell compared to my real DS, it is nowhere near the same quality, but it does have the battery, it has the screens, it has everything with it, the motherboard and all that. Looks like the ribbon cables are in good shape, except for one. Right here on this board, you see this guy here? This little guy? There's supposed to be a clip on the board right here, brown clip holding this in. And when I open it up, there's a piece of tape down on it. So I'm assuming whoever did this tried to put it together and actually ended up breaking that little clip. So then they probably gave up and were like, Joel, just forget about it. But here's the deal. That little ribbon cable is just a touch screen. Everything else seems to be there. In theory, everything should work except for the touch screen. Well, if that's the case, it'll still play Game Boy games. It'll still run, and anything that doesn't really use the bottom screen too much, you'd be okay. So something like playing Mario Kart, where you can control everything from the buttons, should in theory work. My thoughts are, if I really wanted to, I could replace this board, get a cheap like Chinese knockoff one, and then it'll just be a complete Chinese ripoff. Or I could just say, screw it, it is what it is. And then the third option is to try and maybe either solder that down or glue it down, but that'll be a permanent solution. Considering I didn't really pay too much for it, and I'm not really going to play a ton on this thing, it's more for just to have and for looks. I'm not really worried about it, so we're gonna have some fun experimenting with it today. I'm gonna put it all together and see what it actually happens, and then we'll go from there. Come with me. Okay, so a couple things here real quick. I didn't put all the screws back in together because I figure I'm going to have to tear it back apart. Yeah, these screws are really tiny. What's nice is that this little screwdriver here, it is a Phillips head, but it is magnetized too, which is kind of nice to be able to pull them. I actually almost had one of them fall down through my table crack there. The buttons seem to click. Everything seems to work. Hinge is not nearly as good as on the white one, but that's to kind of be expected. And it looks like when they put together the top part, they really didn't put the stickers in very well, so I might end up taking that all apart anyway. Looks like the screen doesn't really sit down nice and flush, but it's got a screen protector on there. There's one on here. The little guard on this doesn't seem to want to line up either, so I might have to take that back out and kind of realign it as well. For the moment of truth, let's see if she works. Green light. Adjust the system settings. So it looks good. Top screen looks good. Bottom looks good. Let's put Drax. Just as I kind of expected, the bottom screen does not work at all. That little ribbon cable was for the touch screen for sure. Most of this you don't need to use the touch screen. You can just use the inputs off the button. Probably gonna end up again tearing this apart again. Sure, it's 1/1/2000. We're going old school. It's midnight. Why not? Bottom screen's got a little bit of a flicker to it. Not crazy though. Fire it back up again. It's compared to the real one. It looks pretty good. brightness settings all work. Alright, so adjusted a little bit. Everything seems to work pretty well. Haven't really tried a game yet, but I think I'm going to pop one in. I mean, in terms of it looking like a DS Lite, it looks like a DS Lite. It works like a DS Lite, so that's good. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll try the game card slots and see what we get off of those. Give it some volume slide works, that's good. Single player. Grand Prix. I'll go 50 because I'm slow. And again, this is a game that you really don't need to use the touch screen for, so that's good, but I'm going to see if I can fix that, maybe in another video. Inputs all work. At least one trigger works, so that's good. Yep, other trigger works too, so that's good. So yeah, I'll just have to do a little bit of tweaking on some of the stuff, and that seems to be pretty good. So let's turn that off. And then again, a Game Boy game, it doesn't really matter anyway. There's no touchscreen at all. Okay, cool. Looks like it's playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Nice. For 20 bucks, I'm not going to complain. The shell itself would have cost me about 15. Looks like it might have been hanging around a little bit. It's a little bit dirty, but not too bad. Game slots both work. Batteries work. Looks like the games themselves work. Everything seems to be here. It's just on this portion here, I'm going to have to adjust where they put that little guard on the screen. And then up here, I think I'm going to tear this apart and redo this as well. And then figure out what I can do about that touch screen. But otherwise, for 20 bucks, I am not going to complain. I finally got the Mario looking one. So that'll just go in the collection when I actually set it up there. For now, guys, for me, I'm going to keep working on this a little bit. And then I've got a video planned for that Game Boy, that clear Game Boy Pocket. And I've been testing out ways to try and clear the plastic a little bit because it is a little bit yellowed, a tiny bit cloudy, but not super bad. But I want it to look like as crystal clear as possible. So I've been experimenting with the battery door with some different methods, and then I will put together a video based on my findings on that because it's very hard to find a video for anybody trying to clean up a Game Boy Pocket clear case from being yellowed. I'm gonna make one, and it's gonna be awesome. So for you guys right now, from me to you, it's going to be on the line. Alright, quick follow up here after I've done a little bit more work on it. When I kind of took apart the top screen here, the screen was actually covered in a lot of scratches, and there was like a plastic film between the lens here and the screen itself, which I'm assuming was supposed to be down here. So whoever did it definitely didn't put it together right, or they should have just said screw that step. And there was more tape in here for the microphone, so I took that all out, cleaned it, put it back together, put the little tabs in the proper way. So the only thing that's kind of really bugging me is right above the screen where this plastic piece was put in wrong. It's kind of bent, you can see like it's there, so I'm going to try and see if I can bend that back into shape and get that closed up. But everything else on it closed up real nice and fit together. Feels pretty solid now. The only thing is, it does not work with the touch screen. So that's the next step I'm going to take on this thing and see if I can't get that touch screen working. I don't want to spend really any kind of crazy money on it, so I'll figure out a way to attach that screen ribbon there. Basically, 20 bucks, fully functional, at least for most games and for Game Boy Advance games, no problem. I'll take it all day long. Alright guys, till next time.